Well, hello everybody. This is Louise Eddington, the Cosmic Owl of Cosmic Owl Astrology. It's the owl. And I am here today to talk to you about some of the astrology that's going to be happening for the USA itself in this month. And if you like my videos, please subscribe below. And if you like them even more, then hit the little bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. I've said it before, but my aim is to really focus on video in 2020 and put lots of information out for you. Some will be political, some will not. This is one of the political ones, and to do that I'm going to be looking at the USA chart and some stuff that's happening this month. So let me share my chart. All right, so I want to look at today. And today, if you've been following my posts elsewhere, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere, we have Pallas Athena conjunct the South Node in Capricorn. Now, Pallas Athena is basically the Wonder Woman warrior archetype. She, in her healthier incarnation, let's say, she is the wise warrior. I want to read you a quote that I posted today from Robert Elmore's book, King, Warrior, Magician, Love. And it's: the positive warrior energy destroys only what needs to be destroyed in order for something new and fresh, more alive and more virtuous to appear. In Capricorn, this is about our institutions, particularly in the USA chart. And a quick note, I am using the USA Sibley chart for the Declaration of Independence. There's a couple of different charts, but this is the one I'm using. So this is in the first house, this meeting of the South Node and Pallas Athena. And Pallas Athena has this visionary ability to see what needs to change, to see things that have never been seen before. And on the South Node, she is asking us to take down, to destroy basically that which needs to be destroyed and move towards our collective dharma, our future, which is the North Node in Cancer, which is over here on the USA's Jupiter, or coming up to it, and to perhaps move more towards what the USA was about. And but we can see that the corruption of what's not working in the USA is being revealed, and in order to be taken down, hopefully, so that we can get back to what the USA was about. And incidentally, Jupiter in this chart, which I like this chart, is the ruling planet. And if you think about it, that makes sense, because Sagittarius is the rising sign. Sagittarius represents freedom. Jupiter is the ruling planet. And the USA has always been about freedom. And that's been really the main word for the country itself. And people always go, we're protecting our freedom and things like that. Well, whether we're actually free or not is another matter, but that is very USA. And Pallas Athena and South Node conjunction today is sitting on the Eris in the USA chart. Now, remember, we did not know Eris existed when this, on the Declaration of Independence. We also didn't know about Pallas Athena. You know, so a lot of this is uncharted territory. We can use the chart now because now we know about those bodies, but of course, there is ample evidence in astrology that when humanity discovers the existence of another planetary body, its energy starts to act in our consciousness and in the outer world. So Eris is the goddess of discord. She's the table shaker. She's kind of like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, shaking it up, revealing the artifice and the vanity of the elites. It's kind of that vanity of the bonfires kind of energy. And this is what Eris does. So with this Pallas Athena South Node on Eris right now, it's kind of revealing more of what's not working in our institutions. And I'm sure I don't need to tell you the news to tell you, but we've had the shambles of the Iowa caucus, we've had the shambles of the impeachment, there's all kinds of things being revealed. Now, also, we've got Pluto. Pluto's been traveling through Capricorn, revealing this for quite some time. You know, this is not just happening overnight, it's just speeding up right now. It really does feel like it, that our institutions are just, everybody just looks at them and goes, none of this is working. Okay, it's all got corruption, it's all based on money and vanities and greed and all that kind of thing. But anyway, Pluto in the USA chart was at 27 degrees of Capricorn. And as I've said, we did not know Pluto existed back then. Right now, Pluto is heading towards the position Pluto was at in the USA's chart, and that's called a Pluto return. And this will be the first time Pluto has returned to this spot since the Declaration of Independence. And it's huge. Also, Pluto is in square to Eris over here in Aries by transit. So this is the USA chart. The inside, this is where the planets are now. And Eris is over here. It's been passing over Chiron in the USA chart, revealing the wounds and revealing what needs healing. Eris is hovering on the cusp of the 5th house, which is the house of rulership, the king, Leo, or you know, the leader, our ruling institutions, and Eris is shaking all that up as well. But so I've talked about this happening today, but what I do want to also look at is February the 23rd. I'm just going to get to February 23rd. Saturn will be transiting exactly over the USA's Pluto chart. Now, Saturn, we've just had this Saturn in Pluto conjunction that most astrologers have been talking about. I've did some other videos, there's plenty I've talked, you know, lots of people have talked about it, about how this is going to bring major shifts and major change coming up, because Pluto is about death and transformation and power and powerlessness, and Saturn is authority. On both sides, it's either the wise elder or the authoritarian, and we can see this playing out. Well, Saturn, because Saturn rules Capricorn, is very strong, and on the 23rd, Saturn will be on the Pluto in the USA chart. This is going to happen 3 times this year, again in August and again in November, election time. Woohoo! And so this is going to reveal way more of the corruption. It's going to bring up power struggles more. It's going to bring up more authoritarianism on one side, and also more fighting the power on the other side, and the wise elder energy. You know, it could, I'm not going to say which way it's going to go. I'm not that kind of astrologer, but it's going to cause a lot of disruption. This month is going to be crazy. We see it in the Democratic Party as well, because, you know, we have the outsider, the grassroots candidate who runs as a Dem, Bernie Sanders, who, full disclosure, is my candidate. And then we have the establishment party, the Democrats, who think they have the right to pick their own leader because they are a private party. And it's really, it's a fight between the people, we the people, which is very much Cancer, and those who think that they have the authority to create the rules and the boundaries. Okay. And Cancer is the opposite point of Capricorn. So everything that happens over here in Capricorn is affecting Cancer over here, by the way. So that's the Saturn on the Pluto, but at the same time, Pluto by transit, heading towards that Pluto return, is opposing the Mercury of the USA in the USA chart. And Mercury is information. Mercury is retrograde in the USA's chart. I think usually when Mercury is retrograde, that means things from the past are revealed. I don't know if that really counts for a natal chart like this, but I'm going to say it does. Pluto is going to reveal some real murky shit and information, actually, I think. Excuse my language. And of course, this is all in the Pallas Athena Eris thing is in the first house, which is about identity. It's the mask or the receptionist of the world. It's what the face we put out there. The second house is values, self-worth, and self-esteem. And in country terms, it's what values does this country really represent? This is being challenged, transformed. At the opposite point, the information is in the 8th house, is going to be all about, you know, revealing other people's secrets, because this is the house of bonded relationships and joint resources. And then over here, this is ruled by this planet. This 7th house is the natural house of Libra, and this is really what the USA is about equality and fairness and balance at its heart, but we're out of balance. Okay. Other things, you know, Saturn rules Capricorn, that's on the house of values, and Saturn is in Libra. Up at the top of the chart, you know, can we get back to the original values of the USA? Can we get back to this, you know, all men are created equal, we the people, all that kind of energy? And or does it all need to be collapsed and start again? Either way, it's going to be a bit of a rough month, I actually do think. And then Saturn, because February, leading up to February the 23rd, then we'll move, you know, Saturn will move away a bit, but Pluto is ever inching closer to the Saturn return. So then Saturn will come back, and I think it's August. Yeah, August, it will cross the Pluto again, and then in November it will as well. So to come back to February the 23rd, that's when it first happens. And then Mars will be joining the South Node as well. There's going to be a lot of kind of aggressive, I think, behavior out there, a lot of infighting amongst all people. It's kind of inevitable. And in the video of this, or in the description of this video, I'm actually going to put a link to a video that's really kind of changing my, or really helping me to exhibit the higher warrior energy. It's about the warrior archetype, because Pallas Athena is coming in and she is being involved in all of this, all right? By March, when Jupiter is heading towards it, and we've got all this stuff coming together, I'll talk more about that later. Pallas Athena's coming in there. Pallas Athena hits the degree of that Saturn-Pluto conjunction that was on January the 12th. So much change is coming. So much is going to be revealed. Corruption, shenanigans, you know, power plays. It's going to be tough, I have to say. So self-love, self-care, look after your mental health, please. It's, and you know, to those not in the USA, I hope you find this interesting too, because it's affecting everywhere else in the world, but this is very USA specific. So don't forget to subscribe. Again, signing out, Louise Eddington, the Cosmic Owl of Cosmic Owl Astrology. Thank you for listening.